So hello everyone, welcome here to the 2017 A finale. We're here at Vancouver, Bent Twig, for the final round of the season. And there isn't really that much to talk about championship-wise for once in the NASA Rallycross Challenge. Just like last season, if Cody Erdman essentially starts this race, he will be the champion for 2017 A. The manufacturers, constructors, privateers, they were all sealed up in the last couple weeks. Subaru, MRT, and Zach Johnson for the privateers, Bridgestone for the tires, and Germany for the nations. We just have to have Erdman start. But the big storyline today is Tristan Hagenstein's last NASA Rallycross race. We'll throw the mic over to race control, Dylan Livingood, for a couple words.
And oh god, now you put me on the spot. Recording it. But yeah, as you know, this is Tristan's last race, and we calculated it before tonight's events, and Tristan's run over 90% of the races here. 5th overall in points earned so far. I just wanted to thank Tristan. Tristan, you were the admin in my first ever NR race, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to race against you again. I hope I do. If not in NASA and other series, but I wish you luck outside of sim racing, and thanks for always hanging in there and running with us, and I've really tried to listen to the things that you've had to say, and you've had a big impact on the way things are run here. I just wanted to thank you, Tristan.
Thank you.
It's definitely, shit, now I'm put on the spot. I know this is gonna do the whole track thing. I know I'm fucking terrible at that sometimes, calling, whatever, but I appreciate you, like Dylan said, not giving up. Appreciate you being on my team through all this bullshit. You are always welcome on the team, a lot like Cody, even though I hate Cody as a race car driver right now.
Love you too, bud.
Once an MRT driver, always an MRT driver, so if you ever get the chance, you can come back. And I'm glad, extremely glad, that you were able to get that win at Riverside. I know that was bothering you for a while. So the 5th place driver in points doesn't have a goose egg in the wins column. So with that, thank you, Tristan. We're going to kick this off for the 10th and final round of the 2017 A NASA Rallycross Challenge season. You guys know all the rules essentially, but I will go over.
As the drivers' meeting is going to begin, here is our format for today's race. 10 cars are here at the circuit. Just like last week, we had Dylan Fenstermaker fill in for Brendan Berg. We have Spencer Gilmore fill in for Zach Johnson, the newly crowned Privateer Cup champion for drivers. 10 cars, 2 quarterfinals, 2 semifinals, LCQ in a final, 6 laps, 4 laps, 3 laps, 8 laps, Joker ones except for the final. This is going to be a good race because this track is super racy, and it's the first time at this specific venue, obviously, that we're going to run these high downforce 6-speed gearboxes. With the banked corner, with how turn 1 is, this track is a bull ring. And these high horsepower, high downforce cars are going to be crazy to see. So let's get to it. Getting ready for the first quarterfinal here in Vancouver. Mertz, Kraus, Wetz, Livingood, Dylan Smith. Getting ready to go in Vancouver. Mertz jumped a little bit. He flipped the throttle. Green flag in Vancouver. Down the pit lane and into turn 1. Mertz battling with Philip Kraus. At the hole shot, Mertz leads Kraus, last week's winner. Wetz third. 4th around is Mertz off the front bumper of Kraus. So that puts Wetz to the lead. 2nd is Livingood. 3rd is Mertz. He looped it and he's back to the lead in the quarterfinal. And Kraus had to go to the penalty box.
19, that is penalty box.
2 Joker.
And It was called in the driver's meeting earlier that you do have to let everybody know that you're jokering, so Mertz takes it to the joker, down onto the beach and out, and contact between Livingood and Mertz.
23.
Oh, sorry.
And around is the Revolution teammates. And Livingood was ping-ponged there in that corner, and Mertz is struggling in the 2. Wetz is not having an issue, though. 24.336 for the American.
Shit.
Oh no.
Wetz still leads.
We'll just...
Mertz is in second. Third, Kraus.
Okay, that works.
Livingood penalty boxes in the 21. Wetz is going to joker.
23, sorry.
So let's
Looking over
see.
that incident.
Let's see the joker there. No strategy. As we're coming across flags for Wetz.
End of 5, 23. End of 5 or end of 4?
End of 4, sorry.
Okay. End of 4.
2 to go, sorry. 2 laps to go in Vancouver. And Wetz has pulled out a huge gap over the rest of the field as everyone else has had issues so far in the quarterfinal. He still leads us, rounding the final corner.
End of 5, 23 lead, white flag.
To take the white flag. Mertz ran a 24.442, now a 23.694. Fastest man on the circuit by a second and a half over Chris Wetz. But I don't think he's going to have enough time. Wetz, no, he looped it nearly in the 23. This is getting good. It's Kraus, Livingood, and Smith. At the end of the quarterfinal, will Mertz be able to take the fight to Wetz? No! Wetz wins the quarterfinal.
Checkered flag,
Yeah,
23 wins. 2 second. 19 third.
What a race.
21 and 22.
Everything happened in front of me that race.
Valley,
Lucas.
Lester, Gilmore, Hagenstein, and Erdman for the second quarterfinal in Vancouver. Green flag. Hagenstein does
Bird's
the
good.
same
I'm
thing that
sorry.
Mertz did. And Valley will lead Lester. Erdman passing his teammate into turn 1. And it'll be a constructor car leading. Off the road goes Hagenstein and Lester. Erdman getting very close to Valley on the 24. Jokering is Erdman. Red plate holder,
All good.
car number 1. 2-time winner this season. Lester will lead us. Contact
Penalty
between
box,
Hagenstein
sorry.
and Valley.
And 1, 24.
And
13,
another
sorry.
week of contact between Valley and Hagenstein. Lester battling his team owner Erdman.
Is the penalty box called on me?
Yes.
10-4.
Around is Lester off the side of the jump
No, look out, look out.
and take him out of it.
Casey.
Spencer Gilmore battling with
End of
Casey
1, or
Lester.
end of 2, sorry, 1 leads.
Erdman leading
Three,
in the
you're good.
1. Hagenstein exits the penalty box. And we weren't kidding in the pre-show. This is going to be a crazy race if the
Apologize about
quarterfinals
that,
are
my
any
frame's
indication.
dropped. Sorry, Joker.
Let's go on board in the thick of this
A
battle.
little bit more of a heads up would have been nice.
On board Casey Lester.
I know, I'm sorry, Spencer.
Fine. Whoa.
End of 4, 1 leads.
Everything's great. And then 3.
10-4, end of 3, correction. Now, end of 4, crossed flags, 1 leads.
It's a very quick lap here in Bent Twig. They're battling for second. It's Gilmore in the K&N Racing Mitsubishi ahead of Casey Lester in the Area 52 Citroen. Erdman is out in the way from the rest of the field, trying to clinch this championship in 2017A.
End of 5, 1 leads, white flag.
White flag for Erdman. He had this championship since Watkins Glen when his battling teammate Mertz threw it off the road. Still as anticlimactic as last season, but Cody Erdman will round the final corner, win the quarterfinal, and become the 2017 A champion.
2017 A NASA Rallycross Drivers Champion. Checkered flag.
Penalty box 13. Oh, no, that was actually a racing deal. That was a racing deal.
What?
Go, go, go. That was enough of a penalty.
Lester
13, 24,
Lester lets
3 of the
Gilmore
final
through.
order.
Yeah,
One
I
has-
can't take that.
One has won the Drivers' Championship. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Cody.
I'm sorry, Spencer. Thank you.
It's fine.
We're
4
good.
laps,
Let's go
Joker
racing.
once.
Semi-final A
Ugh,
in
you
Vancouver.
suck,
The
actually.
championship is gone. It's all for
I'm gonna wait
bragging
for
rights
quality to chill a little
for
bit.
the race. Kraus
Okay, what?
Mertz, Smith Livingood, 4 laps in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Lights out,
Yeah, I
and
do.
away we go. And off the line, Livingood gets the jump. Mertz is going to battle him to turn 1. It's going to be Kraus on the inside. Nearly contact again between Kraus and Mertz. Exiting the pit lane. Kraus is not giving up,
Clean
battling
start,
for
clean
the
start.
lead. He jokers on the first
Joker.
lap of the race. So does Dylan
Joker.
Smith. Livingood v. Mertz on the regular course. How is this merge going to happen? Kraus, Mertz, Smith contact with his teammate again as Kraus leads at the end of the first lap.
Sorry.
I'll say.
Nice shades.
Dylan Smith not having a
22,
good
that
couple
was penalty on
weeks.
yourself, so don't have to go to penalty back, so you're good.
And a 1.
And a 1, 19 leads. Thank you.
Now Mertz jokers, so we'll see the strategy unravel
Took it at the wrong
between
angle.
these two. He's going to jump past Philip Kraus and takes the lead. Fueled by the championship lifted off his shoulders, Mertz leads at the cross
And,
flags mark.
Two leads.
23.714 to Kraus 24.655, 1 second faster than Kraus in the 19. Back to the rear, it's Livingood and Dylan Smith parked the car. White flag in the
Thank you,
semifinal.
19 for going up the whole time there.
These races go quick. Here in Bent Twig,
End of 3, white flag.
23.702 fastest lap. It was a 24.7 for Kraus last lap, still a second faster. Is Mertz in the 2. Down the back straightaway, I think Kraus is just going to have to watch the 2 win the semi, sorry. Through the chicane, through the final couple of corners, Mertz wins the semifinal.
Checkered flag, 2 wins. 19, 21, 22.
Semifinal
A little
B
more.
in
That's
Vancouver.
Joker wants.
Lester Hagenstein, Valley, Gilmore, green
I'm gonna make
flag.
this race, Josh.
Lester jumped a little bit. Hagenstein did as well. No penalty for them. Hagenstein will lead us into turn
Clean
1.
start, clean start.
Valley, Lester, and Gilmore. Will Hagenstein be able to do a clean sweep for the
Joker.
team? Remember, they did that in Negus, but then he threw it off the track. Exiting the Joker is Hagenstein. Lester spins it in the 13, and Hagenstein holds the lead at the end of the first lap.
And a
Valley
1, 3 leads.
in second. Gilmore in the 527 in third. Remember, Zach Johnson unable to be here tonight, so the K&N Racing squad still here, but Spencer Gilmore
24
filling
Joker.
in. Valley Jokers, but I don't think he's going to be able to battle with the 3. Exiting, not even close.
13 Joker.
Lester exits the Joker, but he's still behind Gilmore. 2 to go.
End of 2, 3 leads. Halfway.
Now this is a battle. As Hagenstein had the Delta, he held the Delta, and then Valley is there. These two do not like each other after the last couple of weeks, but we'll have to see what happens. Looks like Valley much slower on the landing ramp of the jump there through the chicane. 25.009 was last lap, 24.955 for
White
Hagenstein,
flag, 3 leads.
25.491. So Valley was half a second
Tristan, you're
faster
clear by a mile. Keep digging.
than the 24. Or sorry,
There's
then
a mic open.
the 3. Over the jump for the final time. Through the chicane. Let's see if Valley can do anything with it. I don't believe he can. And Hagenstein in his final race will win the semifinal. And Valley loops
3
it.
will win and transfer. 24 is Beach.
Oh. Raise
13
the
to
roof.
the LCQ. 527 to the LCQ.
Yeah. 24.
Laps. Joker wins.
Living
Top two
good.
advance.
Kraus and Valley, Dylan
Well, that's an
Smith,
interesting looking
Gilmore,
race.
and Lester. One of these fast guys is going home for 3 laps in Vancouver. Off the line, Dylan Smith got a huge jump and shot to the outside, but I don't think that was a good idea. Valley turns Livingood, who turns
Oh, shit.
himself off the front bumper of Lester. It's only 2 cars.
It's only 2 cars, so.
No red flag in
Got it back on.
Vancouver, and I
Did
think
21 spin?
that might have solved our who's
Count
gonna
laps,
miss
I'll get
this
it. Count
race.
laps.
Who hit me?
2 to go
119.
for
Yep,
Kraus.
thank you, Tristan.
24, penalty box.
Dylan Smith in second. Third is Lester. Valley called to the penalty box because of that contact with Livingood. And I don't think Livingood's going to make it this week, and he's going to miss his second final this season. But white flag for Kraus.
End of 2,
Oh
19
my
is white flag.
Contact nearly between Gilmore and Livingood.
Did the 24 penalty box yet?
Kraus jokers. So does Dylan Smith.
24 service penalty box.
No.
Over
Doing it this
Black
the
flag
merge,
24.
it's going to be Kraus winning the
No,
LCQ.
no.
Dylan Smith will
Checker,
transfer.
19 wins, 22 will transfer.
Valley
Damn it,
penalty
Phillip,
box
you
says
broke my
best of the
phone.
rest will be Gilmore. 8th is Livingood. 9th is
Fourth
Valley.
Fourth
And
is the
10th is
5,
Lester.
4th is the 21, 5th is the 24, and 6th is the 19.
13.
That's what I meant. 19 in one lineup. And beating
Wetz,
Yep, they're good.
Hagenstein,
8
Smith,
laps, Joker
Mertz,
twice, please
Erdman,
call Jokers.
Kraus for
Thank
8
you
laps
once
in
again
Vancouver.
For our, what
What a
11th, 12th
season
season, hopefully,
of
we
the
can make
NASA
5 years in
Rallycross
July.
Challenge on the Automotive Sports
Good race, guys. Good
Network.
luck.
Glad you can join us all season. Hope you've enjoyed the ride, and we hope you can join us in the future. Getting ready to go for Vancouver. Green flag off the line. Mertz gets a huge jump. It's Smith v. Hagenstein v. Wetz, 3 wide, going down into turn 1. It was contact between Hagenstein, sends Smith off the road. Erdman's around, and for the 3rd consecutive week,
Joker.
we take Dylan Smith out of the
Only 2 are
equation.
still green.
Jokering is Hagenstein on the first lap of the race. Dylan Smith immediately parks it, so we only have 5 cars left. Mertz
Third one is
leads
under review.
at the end of the first lap. Hagenstein jokered, but he had an issue
End of 1-2.
landing, put him back to 4th. Erdman jokers on the first lap of the race as well. And now Mertz
2 Joker.
trying to cap out this season in style. He led the first 3 races, had the issues in Watkins Glen and Island Rally, and did not hold the championship lead ever since. But he
And a
leads
Q2 leads.
on lap 3. Hagenstein split the gap between him and Wetz, along with Kraus,
Hey
and
there,
Wetz
Wetz.
is in the wall. Put him back to 5th.
2 Joker.
And the last couple weeks have been attrition-filled
Yep.
in NASA Rallycross.
Like he's literally.
Shut up, race chat.
Raise
Great
chat.
job.
End of 3.
Kraus second.
Get him off the
Hagenstein
track.
third. And the Marshals tending to the
23 on
23.
track.
Holding a podium spot in his final race is Tristan Hagenstein. Let's see if we can hold it. His teammate and newly crowned double defending champion Cody Erdman in 4th, the only other car on the track. He looped it
End of 4, I think.
on the start.
Yes.
Cross
Yep, cross
flags
flags.
for Mertz in Vancouver. And the attrition has really ramped up in the last couple weeks, and I'm not
Joker.
really sure as to why, but certainly we've had a lot of issues keeping cars in one piece, but that is the nature of Rallycross. 3 to go.
And the 5-2 leads.
Let's go on
5-2
board car
leads.
number 2 to finish out this season.
X2 leads.
And 2 to go. 4 Mertz in car number 2. He's going to have to be car
okay,
number
Jeff.
2 again,
Time, sorry.
Okay, Josh.
unless Cody Erdman defects to Area 52, but we'll have to see in the off-season, as we know that Mertz and Erdman cannot get together very well if they're teammates battling for a championship. White flag for Mertz.
White flag, 2 leads.
Looking to go 2 in a row
Nice and smooth.
here
Glad you
in
got this.
Vancouver. As he won last season after Livingood and Erdman came together over the jump. Erdman was out of it this race, and he's going to come by. He won the most races this season, but he will not win the championship.
Blue first.
He blows first, but wins in Vancouver.
Checkered flag, 2 wins.
2 in a
followed by
row.
the 19.
In Bent Twig.
Second, followed by Tristan in third, and his last and final race.
Say
And
again.
Fourth is
Erdman.
going to be Cody.
MRT team photo on top of the hill.
As 5th was Wetz. 6th, Dylan Smith. 7th, Gilmore. 8th, Living Good. 9th, Valley. 10th, Lester. And this squad did it again. A clean sweep. Manufacturers, constructors, drivers. They didn't win as many races as they did last season. They got 6 of them. But still an impressive feat for the Austrian-based squad. So win number 20 for Mertz overall. 3rd win at Vancouver. And while we have a couple moments here as the MRT boys are going to celebrate, Erdman is your champion, 289 to Mertz's 277, Wetz 272, Living at 243, Kraus 240, Hagenstein 230, then it's Dylan Smith, Lester Johnson, Valley, and then the drivers that have only appeared for one race. Subaru wins the manufacturers, MRT wins the constructors. Germany, Nations, Bridgestone Tires, Zach Johnson wins Privateer. What a season for NASA Rallycross, and we do it all over again in a month and a half as we go back to Britain, actually. We're going to Linden Hill this time. But we hope you enjoyed today's coverage and all season on the Automotive Sports Network for the NASA Rallycross Challenge. We hope to see you in a month and a half at Linden Hill in the United Kingdom, but until then, so long, everyone.